Be sure to check out my Patreon for weekly exclusive interviews, extra content on Veve and Ecomi, and building generational wealth, as well as money management tips from experienced whales. Yo, what is going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we are back with another Veve and Ecomi video. And this one, we're going to be checking out a bullish theory from the homie Chris, man. So he's going to be talking about the gem ecosystem, and I'm actually curious where he's going to go with this video because he's a very thoughtful creator. So I want to hear the logic behind this this theory, and I'm hoping to get excited, man. You know, like I'm hoping to hear some new stuff that we haven't heard. Yeah, we're gonna see how this goes, y'all. As always, drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you stay updated. Also, don't forget to show some love to Chris. Go subscribe to the channel, run him up, and yeah, let's get it. Let's see the topic.
What's up, guys? It's Chris here. Recently, I made a video about how after Veve has cash out, I believe it would be negative for the short-term price action of our collectibles and comics. In that video, my primary thesis was that gems in secondary have been circulating from one collectible to the next, constantly being able to be injected but not being able to be taken out. Therefore, people that have been sitting on these gems will finally have a chance to take them out of circulation, affecting the price of collectibles and comics. If you want to watch the whole video, I'll link it up above. However, I left out one pivotal piece of information that I didn't realize at the time that could change everything. It could lead to these theories on the Veve marketplace that could change everything about the market as we know it. So in this video, I'm going to talk about that. As always, be sure to subscribe to the channel for content weekly. And of course,
that was a good start. That was definitely a good start. I'm interested in hearing this because, you know, I mean, the quicker it pumps, y'all, I'm trying to relax, way too relaxing, but the quicker it pumps, the quicker we all get to that bag, and that I mean, that's obviously the goal here. So yeah, let's get it. Like I'm excited. I'm actually excited to hear this. So he's gonna go against his own conclusion from his last video. So let's see what he got. What has he thought about this time?
Like this video for the YouTube algorithms. What I'm about to tell you is pretty mind-blowing. So let's dig right in. So again, this is a theory, or you can even say conspiracy. This isn't for fact. But what if I told you that in a way, Veve controls the amount of gems in circulation? Pretty crazy to think about. So here's what I left out last video. I said that I was talking about how no users can take these gems out of circulation. But in fact, Veve themselves can take these gems out of circulation, which is not good for the market. Why would Veve want to do this right now? There's two main reasons why they would want to do this. One is the gem exploit that we saw back in January, and it was actually happening last year, where people basically created gems that weren't backed by the dollar by using exploits in the system. And although Veve locked up accounts, they still had to make up a significant amount for this. The second off is the 30% that Veve has to take a hit on for every single gem purchased because they owe it to Google and Apple. So with these two things, Veve is taking massive hits on gems. So if they wanted to, they can actually control the gems that exit the market via back to them because they can ultimately control the addition size on primary sales. So as I was saying, on secondary sales, other than the fees, ultimately the gems are circulating. However, on primary sales, that means when these things mint out, it does go out of the market into Veve, into the companies that they're owed to. So if they were to change addition sizes for these, and we have seen kind of unreal addition sizes, at least in my personal opinion, even if we have a massive user base one day. So we see these very large addition sizes. It could.
Don't agree with that. I don't think we've seen any crazy addition sizes. I feel like realistically, this is a project they can have well over 100 million users. So even an addition size of like 1 million, I mean, that may be way too much. That's not valuable. But 100K, I don't think 100K would even be too much, depending on the items. Then you're going to have some people who are just stacking and hold it, so it might as well be burned because some people will just never sell these things. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of factors and variables, but if we have even 10, 20, 30 million people on Veve just walking around the Veveverse trying to find somebody with a collectible with an addition size of 30,000 or 100,000, like that'll be almost impossible to find just one person with it, you know, like that's how scarce that actually is. But people are not putting it into scope like that of what Veve can actually become. People are basically, you know, just assuming that, oh, right now, like just really focused on the right now about, oh, this is a lot right now. Literally damn near everybody who's active can get one of each of these and stuff like that. Like if you have that type of perspective, yeah, but in the future, once people have a reason to actually be on this platform and in the metaverse and stuff like that, it's not going to be the same. You're going to have tens of millions of people, and at that point, that's where it becomes a much scarcer collection than you would actually think right now.
Could be Veve's tactic to remove these empty gems out of the market and kind of balance everything back, even if it's temporary bad for secondary market action, as well as be able to help with that 30%. So this was all brought to my attention by Javier Torres on Twitter via DM. I did ask if he was okay with me sharing these messages, and he said it was okay. So let's give one of his examples. Edition numbers matter, as we discussed, because the primary market is burning 100% of the gems used to purchase those editions. So let's say they drop Wolverine at 50,000 editions. Compared to our user base that consistently goes for every single drop, it's popular IP, yes, but 50,000 is kind of a lot. So a lot of people grab 2 to 3. At the end of the day, this Wolverine is burning 50,000 gems on the primary sale. However, when secondary market opens, the demand is low because most of the people that wanted a Wolverine got them on drop. And now we're not talking about when everything was sold immediately due to bots and due to empty gems. So furthermore, this is key because the gems purchased on the secondary market are the only ones that survive the transaction. The net effect is a significant drop in the gems in the ecosystem because the gems are being burnt on primary, but there's no demand to have them replaced on the secondary. This causes prices to drop for all collectibles since every sale needs to pull the gems from the ecosystem. Less gems in the ecosystem means lower sales. Okay, so that's what we have been seeing from the past to this point on, if this is all true. However, this could be bullish news for MTL and for all the other things coming, and here's why. Let's flip this around for after Veve exits burn mode, if this theory is correct. They then drop a Wolverine with 1 rarity at 3,000 editions. Now, they burn a lot less gems on the primary sell, so that's more gems we have for the secondary market, more gems flowing around in the ecosystem, which is what I talked about in my last video. So the demand for Wolverine is very high because so few people have them, and when they start going on sale, the prices go way up, hence filling the market with liquidity. This is where, again, it gets incredibly bullish. So once MTL rolls out, they're in perfect position to change the edition strategy. They'll have burned a huge amount of these expensive or empty gems, as we talked about earlier, gems that shouldn't be in the market or gems that they had to pay a premium for because the 30% of the ecosystem. The door is now open for 30% cheaper gems via the web app. So they can then drop huge IP like Wolverine with low edition numbers and massively fire up the secondary market, causing an explosion of new gems. If they do this for multiple drops, the market prices will rise quickly. And again, this will be bullish news for the future of Veve. If this theory is correct, this could be insanely bullish news for the future of Veve. Because not only this, we are also very close to the MCP being rolled out, which is the Master Collector Program, which will incentivize collectors to be able to buy more on the secondary for an kind of like a gamification in the app. We have OUP rolling out, which you will be able to integrate your OMI to be able to use for benefits in the Veve market.
And one thing that I do want to say, that one thing that I want to see from Veve, and something that I think would actually be huge, is I want to see them raise the prices of buying on the app once the web app comes out. Like on mobile, they need to boost the prices just like HRO does. They need to make it so the user covers the fees if you still choose to use the the mobile versions. Like as long as the user covers the fees, they get rid of that 30% loss that they're taking. If you choose to use that, and then it also is an incentive for people to get over on the web app where you know, I mean, it's a win-win basically. It's definitely a win-win. So I would love to see them raise those prices of the gems after the web app has been released and it's stable. And you know, like I want to see them do that. That way it forces more people to actually use the web app. So that's going to be interesting to see if they do something like that. Because if they still keep that 30% loss by the people who use the mobile, that's kind of stupid, to be honest. So yeah, like raising the prices, people will get used to these raised prices coming in, and then they'll use the web app just to buy it instead. And then obviously the content creators and influencers and stuff like that will talk about the fact that you can get gems for cheaper if you just go to use the web platform. So yeah, win-win.
We have a ton of other stuff coming along the roadmap that is actually unfolding before our eyes. We've been so excited about it, and it's finally happening. So again, I just made a bearish video. To me, this is very bullish news. Let me know down below in the comments if you think that this is far-fetched or you think that this could absolutely be a possibility for Veve. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
I think at this point, I know Veve well enough to know that anything is possible. Definitely could be the strategy. Is it the strategy? Who knows? I mean, I wouldn't put it past David to come up with something genius like that. We know that he does the edition sizes and stuff like that, the price points. So I mean, like I would not be surprised. I could picture David at his desk having all the numbers in front of him. Okay, we took this type of hit from this. If we release a bunch of trash stuff, not trash, you know what I mean though. Like I'm just straightforward. But if we release some not the greatest drops before the MTL comes, and we get all these dirty gems out of the ecosystem through this, by the time MTL comes, we can now start doing something crazy where we get some good value out of people are putting more gems in the secondary. So I could definitely see this being some type of strategy, and we all know that Veve is a very tactical and strategic team. So I mean, is this what's going on? Who knows? But let me know what you all think. Let me know, do you believe that this is the case? Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace out, fam.